Welcome back to Nicholas Comic Corner Classic Less Known Classics. This is episode number 3046, Doubleshot number 3940. First up, we're discussing Showcase presents Green Lantern Volume 3, but we're not discussing all the issues in it because the book can contain issues 39 to 59, but I had discussed issues 39 to 48 in Green Lantern Silver Age Volume 4, and 59 was discussed in the 80th anniversary book, which the whole thing with that issue is debut Guy Gardner. That's really just of it. 49 basically is just, Hal deals with a guy called Dazzler, beats him, and then leaves town because Carol's getting married. And this begins a storyline that lasts up until basically the Bronze Age starts, where he leaves town, goes another town, becomes an insurance agent for basically a while. He has a team up with Alan Scott, who basically decides to visit him because, Dobby Diggles, his cab driver, who had previously got married in the previous story to an alien princess, good for him. His 1 year anniversary was coming up, and he figured, though, here's the thing, he actually had left his friend's taxi on Earth 1. So his plan is to give the taxi to him as a wedding present. I'm like, how nice of him to do. And then the car gets stolen by gangsters. And then the car starts shaking. And then some Nestor himself comes out. You're like, why was Nestor inside this car? It's apparently Hal put him in a cube, put him into the car to contain him for reasons, and eventually he's able to be taught how to drive basically a rail scooter, which is funny. But it's a good issue. It's, I think, also one of the last times Alan Scott teams up with Hal Jordan in the Silver Age. I think this may have been the last time. Oh, by the way, Dazzler, he's only seen it for one issue. John Broome is the writer of issue 49, and Gail Kane is on the artwork. Now, issue 50 is a bit interesting. Now, of course, also, by the way, Hal goes to Idaho, and he stays here for quite a while. And the backup story goes off planet. It's mostly him versus, we also have a debuting Davo Yell. He was a Green Lantern who was only around for a very short period of time before he got killed off. Yeah, he's around for a very short period. He only appears in this issue 50, and he helps him in 55 where he gets killed off. And kind of in like 57, he stays quo for him. 51, basically him versus some giants. We also new characters. Caroline Dosser. Yeah, but he is a motel, but basically he does now. Sinestro gets trapped in issue 52. He does return a little bit later. Yeah, this is the one where he's get trapped in. The name of the car is Gertrude. Yeah, 52 is the issue where he teams up with Alan Scott to basically deal with Sinestro for an issue. I'm like, that's interesting. Yes. Now, in case you're curious, though, prior to this very issue, what was his last issue in the book before issue 52 for Green Lantern? His previous appearance was back in issue 24. Yes, that was back in 1963. Yes, that was technically the last time he... let's see. A Vision. You could say maybe 18 was the last time we was seen, but he was featured pretty sporadically. He's featured more nowadays. Like, he even turned 59. The whole thing is about this car, but this issue was hilarious. I love 52. And also, his friend Pieface. Now, 53 is an interesting one. We debut Mr. Lawford, who is basically Hal's boss of the insurance company. Yeah, he's not around very long. This is actually the start of the insurance thing he basically is involved with. And we got the first appearance of Hal's nephew, his oldest nephew, Howard Jordan. Who, now here's the thing about Hal Jordan's Hill. They don't really appear very much at all. Like, after this issue, he was sitting in 63 and he was seeing 101. After that, he was, like, his parents were very sporadic. What about his father, Jim Jordan, Hal's brother? I would say he appeared a little bit more, but not much. His, like, basically, how he becomes more prevalent in the Jeff Johns run. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yeah, more new status quo here. By the way, Becker features now my commenting. The whole joke with this one is like, oh, we have possible Jim becoming basically an answer for an issue. In 54, excuse me, new villain, Iron Lung, aka Baron Tyranno. And he does return after this issue. Yes. Believe it or not, he's not sitting in into issue 200 and, well, Grand Score 204, and that was released in 2000, that was at least in 1986. This was released in 1967, so he doesn't make returning it for 20 years. Why the heck it took so long to bring it back? I have no freaking idea. And, well, I'm taking over the world, he just knew anything at all. Yeah, and then we have a few new Green Lanterns here. Zabora, who gets cut off later on. Charles Vickler. And he actually got killed off in Volume 3. And he became a Dark Star. Mm-hmm. It's one of those times where Hal basically demands the Lakers kill him. Oh, the whole thing with this one is like, oh, it's a TV show. It's really weird, this one. 56 kind of wraps this whole thing up here. Charles Vickler becomes a Green Lantern with this issue. It's a quick two-parter. 57 fights Major Disaster. Yep. Which, that's fun. Yes. Always fun, basically, have Major Disaster showed up. Mm-hmm. In issue 58, meanwhile, though, this one basically, well, we have one new appearance. Hal's new girlfriend. And she's not around very long. Not really, no. I'll talk about her next time, but her last appearance today was actually in Grand Square 206. Why? Don't know why. But yeah, it's like you read these issues, it's like more status quo, really cool stuff here. I would say the best issue of these like roughly 10 issues is probably 52. This one's so funny. I love this issue. And, well, 49 is a good key moment for basically storyline-wise for this book. But when we come back to the book, we would cap up the Silver Age when it comes to Green Lantern. As for the issues here, well, I'll give these an 8 out of 10. It's good. Alright, next up is a little more interesting here. We have DC Comics Presents number 71 to 79. Along with issues 81, 82, and 84 to 87. Now, 71 basically, it's all about Bizarro, this one. Yes, I kid you not, it is all about Bizarro. Why in the world, basically, they decided to feature of all characters Bizarro? Yeah, the whole thing this one is like, oh, I need power, so he basically constructs Bizarro Mazo. It's a nice, funny issue. And this one, innocent very well. Basically, it's a really funny issue because it's a Bizarro. That's what gets all very. At one point, you have Morgan. I think he has power, but you think he has super strength, but not really. 72, he teams up with the famous Major and the Joker. This is by Paul Cupper, one of several issues. It's a interesting issue. More sci-fi. Joker somehow loosely involved. Batman. Well, and sometimes there's Jokers here like, oh, one of those rare times you don't have Batman show up punch in the face. In 73, we have Superman team up with the Flash. It's one of those racing issues. This is written by Carrie Bates, art by Confantino. Yeah, the whole thing of this one is basically all about who's the fastest man alive. It's a really fun issue. Mm-hmm. And deal with some aliens too. Those pop up in a later issue. Yes. In 74, he teams with Hawkman. And this is a really fun issue. This one is, yes. I keep saying a lot of fun, but they're all really fun issues. This one's done by Bob Ruskins and Dan Muskin, with Alex Simic and Roman Tinchell in the artwork. It's another really good issue. It just basically Superman team Hawkman is doing some basically later on Avengers of the Shayera. Well, that takes the cake come 75, where a character who Paul Kupberg, he's writing this issue, wrote his own solo book. He just appears in this issue. Archon, who's basically a character associated with Atlantis, who first appeared in a Becca feature for Warlord. He has his own book afterwards. Excuse me. Here's the concept. He comes one day, runs into Superman. By the way, Superman references constantly in this book Aquaman. But here's the weird thing. Everyone never meets Aquaman in this whole issue. You would think basically like even the capital city of Atlantis. It's an awesome issue. Like, I think this issue it's like maybe they should include. It's like you read this issue because all the references to Aquaman. It's like I think Book of Books should include Aquaman at some point in this book. But my guess is he probably was told no because maybe he was getting a solo book at this point in time. I'm not sure. But yeah, a little bit confused with the modern day stuff. But at first, and here's the thing: Superman thinks using some ring, he's able to learn the ancient Atlantean language. And he's like, man, I should really use Aquaman here. If you want basically some ancient language, why not contact Ocean Master? 76, he teams with Wonder Woman for an issue. And this one's written by Dan Mushkin and Gary Cohen with Edward Bariso. This feels like basically something put out about Earth 2 stuff. Yeah, it feels like an Earth 2 story brought in here. Deals with Amazon and basically feature, and also, this is for basically Lucida for Crisis Infinite Earths because the Monitor is featured here, along with Harbinger. Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing with this issue. Yeah, there's also been teasing of the Crisis Infinite Earths because it happened at some point. In 77, 78, this is a two-parter. We have Superman team with the Forgotten Heroes. These are mostly put D-list characters who DC didn't really have faith in. Batman they did, because they got a solo book a couple years after this. You had Animal-Man, the Enchantress, Dolphin, Rick Flag, the Immortal Man. I got it right? Oh, there's also Cave Carson, Congorilla, and Dan Darish. We also first appearance Forgotten Villains, and here are the villains: Master Poseidon, Autumn Master, Enchantress, of course people know who this is, Ovek, and Kerkar. Mr. Poseidon, you probably think, where the heck did he pop up in? He's a Sea Doll villain. Yes. Faceless Hunter, who still occasionally appears this very day. I think he was an Adam Strange character. Let's see. No, he first appeared back in the 60s. Like, mostly, but he was a recurring character in Strange Adventures. He appeared for a few issues there. Adam Master. He's an old, I would say he's probably like an old Superman villain. Because he appeared in World's Finest 101. So, let's see. Yeah, he's someone who fought Superman before. But what about Karlok? Karlok is a Rip Hunter villain. Yes, a Rip Hunter is part of the lineup. Ovak is a robot from Challenges the Unknown. Yeah, and I love this two-parter. Mark Rubin writes out Kurt Swan in the artwork. Really fun two-parter. And the weird thing is, the Forgotten Villains, they're not really seen after this. Like, they didn't do much after this. Like, after this issue, they did also pop up issues Suicide Squad, Resurrection Man, Young Justice, and Commander Doral. The Forgotten Heroes. They typically, this was not their debut appearance. They first appeared in the pages of Action Comics 552. And it's like they're fairly recurring characters. Yep. But a really excellent two-parter. 79 is a weird one. It's like, oh, we have Superman meets Clark Kent. And he's super strong. It's mostly to do with the Volturians. Yeah, and then move on to issue. By the way, some of our Paul Cupper or Kurt Swan of the art. He's really good artist. As for 81, it is Batman Team with Ambush Bug, which this is written by Robert Lauren Fleming and Keith Giffen, also the artwork. Most of this book is him team with Ambush Bug taking on Cobra, which he later got a mini-series right after this one. Yeah, that's basically the whole thing with him afterwards. Yep. 82, this is when he has Adam Strange with Carrie Bates in the writing, with Claude and the artwork, and him basically taking some alien. Then move on to 84. 84 teams up with Challenge Unknown, which I think another one-shot character. More factors here. Issue of Bob Ruskins, Jack Kirby, Alex. Interesting though, Jack Kirby comes back to this issue because he did create the Challenge Unknown, so of course basically do the art for this one. Yes. And then you get 85, which teams up with frickin' Swamp Thing. And this book's from Alan Moore and Rick Vock. And here's the weird thing about this issue. This issue was not reprinted in the Swamp Thing trades. It is mostly taken on some guy called Bormer, and that's it. And then we have the Crisis of Earth tie-in with this one. We have also one here playing on a character named Black Star, who is just a Supergirl bad guy. It's like, okay, let's feature this character one more time after she was featured over in the Supergirl book. And then we have Paul Kupperberg and Rich Hubbard on the writing here. Also, Batgirl's book too. Yep. Yeah, Black's last appearance in issue 15 of Supergirl. And this will be the last of her. This last appearance. This book here is no way to be the last appearance of Supergirl prior to her death in Crisis on Earth number 7. But these books are fantastic, and I give DC Comic Book issues 71 to 79, 81, 82, and 84 to 86 a 10 out of 10. Excellent books. Okay, so yeah, let's take a view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do this segment. Well, I thought I'd time more, but it's getting kind of late, so I'm going to call it here, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Yep. So, okay.